Hello, and welcome to our last mini episode on the 2014 Quidditch World Cup before the big last game. And we are here to talk about USA faced off against Brazil. So that match started on 4th of July. That was an exciting match. It was an ongoing match, so it just ended today, 5th July, when we're recording. First day, USA was in a very narrow lead, so not much happened. First day, there were a lot of mistakes made, so we were just wondering if the US could maybe keep their narrow lead, but in a very, very tight game on the second day, the whole game had been going for 20 hours, and both of the seekers spotted the snitch and raced for it, and it was very, very, very narrow margin that Brazil caught it. The final scores were Brazil 420 points to USA's 310, and that's a massive 31 goals to how many points is the snitch?
150.
150. So let's do the math here.
270.
Is that 270?
Yes.
So 31
USA
goals to 27 goals plus the snitch, which the U.S. almost caught. So I am absolutely thrilled for the U.S. Granted, they're not my team of choice, but given the fact that they have emerged as an actual legitimate worldwide Quidditch team is just absolutely fantastic, and it's going to be very interesting going forward to see how the U.S. possibly plays a bigger role in the Wizarding world as a whole. So, it looks like Ludo Bagman was right. Brazil did beat the USA, but I think he underestimated the U.S.
Yes, I think so as well, because the U.S. chasers did an incredible job. The Brazilian chasers were not nearly as good, but the Brazilian keeper was better than the keeper for the U.S., but that still was not quite good enough, I don't think.
Yeah, I think Ludo Bagman is really underestimating Bulgaria. We'll see. Probably, I think Japan's going to barely pull the game
I think so, too.
And then Japan's going to hammer Brazil. So I think Japan's going to win the cup this year.
But I do think Victor Krum will catch the snitch once again. I genuinely think
you
that.
Yes. You genuinely think? I mean, hey, we might get a rematch of what was that, 93?
Yeah.
Where I would hate it if Brazil won. That'd just be
so
horrible.
Would I. That would be terrible. But
I mean, either Bulgaria has to lose to Japan or Bulgaria has to beat Brazil, because I do not want Brazil to win this year. That will make me very, very grumpy. So the next match will be tomorrow on July 6th. And Japan's going to face Victor Krum and the Bulgarian team. And after that, the U.S. is going to face the loser of the Japan and Bulgaria match to determine who gets third place, and then we have the final match, and that will wrap up the 2014 Quidditch World Cup in the Patagonian Desert.
I really hope
Go Japan and Bulgaria.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
I think Japan will win, though.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm just like, go Japan and Bulgaria. Just make sure that Brazil doesn't win.
One final thought. We really need to start a Quidditch team.
That would be fun. I don't know how that would happen, but that would be fun.
I don't think it would be hard to start, honestly. As long as we got people committed to the idea, I think that it would actually work out.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to research Quidditch teams in other areas as well.
Okay.
But
anyway, so the last of the second of the semifinals, Bulgaria versus Japan.
I really enjoyed reading the Daily Prophet about this match. or as they called it this time, the Sunday Prophet, since it was released on a Sunday.
I love that little, just that in-world bit.
Yes,
that's so fun.
That is really fun.
Anyone who isn't so familiar with Pottermore, it basically is sort of an interactive picture book to go along with the series, but there is some immersion, especially in moments like when you get sorted, and the Quidditch World Cup has been so immersive. It's been absolutely delightful. But let's talk about the game. This was the match that I couldn't pick a side on because I equally loved Bulgaria, probably because Victor Krum came back and that's just awesome. And Japan I just love, and I especially like their wizarding culture. This was an absolute gem of a game. Oh my goodness, This was an absolute gem of a game. Over 1,000 points scored. The total number of points scored by both teams was 1,070. Highest scoring game not only for this cup, but many recent cups. Okay, let's just tell them who won.
Okay. Bulgaria ended up winning the match.
It's so fantastic that they won. Both teams were both teams were giving it their all. Absolutely their all. Healers had to come out and heal people, the players because of the bludgers. But there was such sportsmanship because beater Boris Vulkanov, he's a Bulgarian beater, actually flew in the way of a bludger to protect Victor Krum, who was going for the snitch. But the Japanese seeker, who was also going after the snitch, after Vulkanov was knocked out and was falling to the ground, Japanese seeker Noriko Sato started diving and actually saved Vulkanov. And when Krum saw that Sato was not able to pursue the snitch, he just pulled up and didn't go after it. And that's just absolutely fantastic. And I love it, especially after the really unsportsmanly conduct
between
Brazil and Wales,
yes.
Which I'm still cranky about.
Yes, same here. I just really like that they have that J.K. Rowling is contrasting different teams with how honorably they play.
Yes.
Like how Bulgaria and Japan are both very honorable teams.
Yes.
And really want to play a good game.
Yeah, and they did. Absolutely fantastic. Japan had 460 points to Bulgaria's. I did the math. It was... Hang on.
It was...
I think they were tied.
Oh, yes, they were tied.
Let me look this up.
Yes. They were tied as far as the goals made by the seeker, or by the let's just
the chasers. Yeah. Okay. Let's start over.
They were tied as far as the goals made by the chasers went, but once Victor Krum caught the snitch, Bulgaria outmatched
leapt
Japan.
ahead to 610 points to Japan's 460. This was just absolutely fantastic game. The fact that Japan leapt off to a really early lead. But Krum kept deciding not to catch the snitch because he had a chance to catch the snitch, but he didn't because he knew that his team could catch up. So he purposefully didn't make the call that he made in 94. It wasn't 93, it's 94. 1994 to catch the snitch before Ireland could beat them even more. This time, his decision paid off. They were tied, they were neck and neck, and Krum caught the snitch. And actually the crowd was so astonished that there was at least 10 seconds of silence before the Bulgarian supporters even started to cheer. And they are still celebrating. And the Japanese, they lost, but I think they lost
fantastically.
They lost an absolute fantastic game. And they are going to face the USA to decide who's going to get the third and fourth place. Brazil will face Bulgaria for the final, and I really hope Bulgaria beats Brazil.
So do I. I am really rooting for Bulgaria because they have had a much cleaner slate than Brazil has.
Brazil has just been extremely dirty this time.
Yes.
And the fact that Crum and his team worked together so well and actually beat Japan, who arguably was
the best
team in the whole cup, I think they're going to win. And I am really, really excited. Okay. Anything else?
I just wanted to give this one quote by the beater Boris Volkanov, who was knocked out when trying to defend Crum from the bludger. He told Ginny Weasley, who was reporting for the Daily Prophet...
Jenny Potter.
Jenny Potter. Well, she was formerly...
She's married now. She's been married
Jenny
for,
Weasley.
what,
but yes,
like
okay.
15, 20 years?
Yeah, like 15 years. Okay. Ginny Potter. Okay, this is beater Boris Volkanov of the Bulgarian team said, "We've been underdogs all through this tournament. We have nothing to lose and everything to win. We'll leave everything out there."
And they most certainly did, and let's hope that they bring it again when the winner of the 2014 Quidditch World Cup is decided. We'll see you in the finals.